So we're about to do this stuff.
Welcome to Tarc, guys.
Swag, bro. Our name is Seek, bro. How you feel about the book, y'all?
I really did not like that book. Like, I already told you guys, it's so boring, but like, it houses a lot of information. The only thing I got out of it was what we're supposed to do with each component of the rocket and like the equations for it. That was it. It didn't really excite me to do anything more.
I guess I'll feel you. I mean, the book wasn't that boring.
It was boring.
It was
alright.
It was very informational.
That's what I said.
Yeah, the information was good, but they could have went a different way.
It wasn't like
smack
boring.
It was smack boring.
Before,
Right.
like I said that the book was trash. Like reading wise, it was trash, but the content in it was actually really, really helpful because it gave us like all the things we're supposed to do for each component of the rocket, and also gave us equations that we can use to like make sure it flies. But my favorite part, I don't really have a favorite part, but the diagrams were good because it was pictures, like less words. So.
Okay. In what one or two broad ways has the big ideas from the book informed my project?
Some broad things that the book told us was how to construct the shapes for all the components, like the cone and the tubes.
For me, like I feel like it informed us a lot about like the interior of it and like designing and sketching, because it kind of like correlates back to like back then how Mr. King taught us how to sketch. It shows us the shapes and stuff.
He didn't teach me how to sketch. It wasn't in that class.
I used it in Spanish class too.
Yeah, it was. Easy
Mine was like aerodynamics and material. So like the book really like showed me that like material has a really big part in how the rocket will perform, and aerodynamics, so like having the right shapes and the lines of the rocket all matter a lot.
Alright, the ones I had were the stability and the balance of the rocket, because it talked a lot about center of pressure and the center of gravity and where to place that at to have a stable rocket, and the material of the fins and how many fins you need to have a balanced rocket.
Oh yeah, my reaction.
Yeah, basically.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't read that book. I don't know what I was talking about. Nah, I'm joking. I did read a book. It would be fun to learn a different field of mechanics other than just working on cars and stuff like that. Work on rockets. That's gonna be fun. And yeah.
How has the book as a whole added depth to understanding of my project or its design process? Explain.
It hasn't really added anything because like we already knew that it was gonna be like knowledge based and stuff. It didn't really add anything new. All it did was tell us more about what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to do it.
I feel like it added some information about like the material stuff that we need, because like I mean we have a broad idea of what kind of material we want, but then it goes more in depth on like what's good for uses.
Alternatives as well.
My understanding was like incorporating all the points that was stated in the book, so like aerodynamics, materials, sketches, and like how we could incorporate that into our design process and further our design process in more detailed form. So like having a part was like, hey, we go find the materials and how we went about the sketches and the aerodynamics of the rocket, and like have that as like smaller bullet points under our overall design process.
Alright, for me, it added like a wearable knowledge. So like what to be cautious of and what to do and what not to do. I got two important things, which are the center of pressure and the center of gravity. To me, those are just like the most important things of the rocket, because that will determine how stable our rocket is. I keep this in my head that you have to put the center of pressure at the end of the rocket and the weight at the tip of the rocket. Not necessarily at the tip, but like before the weight of pressure, the center of pressure. How to make the parts. Because it talked a lot about tube cluster, and I don't know what that is.
This was actually a recommendation book from Tarc.
All right. What specific ideas, knowledge, and questions are going to be important when considering our next book, and why?
Well, I think we could search for books that like deal with the aerodynamics and stuff like that. So like rather than focusing on like actual components, we could focus on like the mathematics of it in physics.
I'd say like what's the most important thing about the rocket or like the projects at that exact point. So like if we have, for example, like we understand like the building process, we could do that. But like we're having trouble with center of gravity and pressure, we should probably focus on that more.
I was like really excited about rockets and like, you know, like it's so uncommon to have like a senior exit project on like rockets, and like, you know, the competition in general. Like I want to meet new people, communicate, like open up my network, because, you know, I could be like a little bit shy sometimes, you know.